So, ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I have a very good one for you. I'm going to be sharing the 3 books that helped me become a millionaire at the age of 18. Didn't matter that it was my birthday, didn't matter if it was some special week, didn't matter what was going on. I stuck to my commitment of reading a book a week. The reading is an incredible habit, but it will never, ever be a real life experience. Listen, the best way to get the incredible results that you want in your life, whether that be financially, relationship, with your health, whatever it is by going through life experience, situations that ingrain a lesson or a wisdom so deeply in your psyche that you simply can never forget it. Now, the reason I say that is because I see so many people just read book after book after book and nothing happens in their life. No, get out of your room, get into the real world, and really solidify these lessons. Because a lot of these life lessons, they come to you naturally. You know, when they come to you, this wisdom gets imparted on you by going through difficult things in your life. But until that happens, reading is your second best option. Now, as I mentioned to you, learning from difficult life experience is by far the best way to gain wisdom and gain knowledge. And that's why the first book I'm going to recommend to you is The 50th Law by Robert Greene in collaboration with 50 Cent. Ladies and gentlemen, so many people these days have book smarts, but have absolutely zero street smarts. Outside of just knowledge and textbooks and all the bullshit that school feeds you that you never need to actually know. There's certain people, I'm sure you've met them, that any problem, any real world problem, they'll fix it no matter what. It doesn't matter what their grades are, it doesn't matter any of this bullshit. If there's a problem, they can fix it. Another thing is most people crumble under stress, have zero ability to evaluate the battlefield that's in front of them and pick their next logical chess move. And you either learn this by having a troubled upbringing where basically you're forced to learn human psychology, because if you make one mistake, it could have horrible consequences. And here's where sometimes the people that come from the most broken homes, I can speak from experience, if they use it in the right way, it becomes their superpower because they have this beautiful ability to understand what's going on around them at all times. But I think it's just so important even to get a second-hand account of what it's like to grow up in these troubled households. So if you didn't experience that firsthand, it's amazing to learn from the people that did. 50 Cent's story is amazing, inspiring, and it's also going to teach you how to always turn the odds in your favor. I mean, some of the stuff that happened to him is insane, and yet he still managed to come out on top. So the next book is Psycho-Cybernetics, and this book was written by Maxwell Maltz. Now, to my recollection, he was actually a surgeon, basically back in that time, almost plastic surgery. And he was doing this back in the 1960s, and he has this very unique perspective on identities, the way that we view ourselves, our self-esteem. It was a very good concrete text that proved that the way that you see yourself, your self-identity, it dictates everything in your life. Because quite frankly, in life, it's not about what you deserve. It's about what you think you deserve, because what you think you deserve in this life will dictate the actions that you take, and the actions that you take, along with a little bit of luck, will dictate what you get. If your self-identity is so broken, has been so messed up throughout the years, well, then you are going to self-sabotage. You're going to hold yourself back. And this is where a lot of the law of attraction stuff comes in. They're like, oh, I'll just positive think, but then they forget the action part. They forget that you have to change your identity, but then actually action on that new identity that you have. You need to be confident first to do the things to affirm that you are confident. You understand what I'm saying? Because, for example, Maxwell Maltz, he would have patients that come in and go, oh, I don't like the way my nose looks. And they think, okay, I'm going to get a nose job and then I'll like myself. I love myself. I'll think that I'm pretty. And they get the nose job and nothing changes. And that's because their identity is exactly the same. So that's really concrete proof. So ladies and gentlemen, not only to achieve what you want to achieve in life, but to make sure that you are not depressed once you get there, please do me a favor and read this book. Now, the next book I'm going to suggest to you, I could not get a physical copy of. It was sold out. Because this is a very good, heavy-hitting, business-specific book, but that most people can read and understand. It's quite simple. And that is $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. Alex Hormozi came onto my radar a year ago, and I read his book shortly after that. And I definitely think he is an absolute superstar when it comes to the world of business, philosophy, just many things. When it comes to $100 Million Offers, this book is really the core of any business. The offer, the thing that you are doing, whether that be a service or a product, that is really the core of the business. Everything else is built around that. Yes, marketing is important. Yes, team is important. And by the way, the other thing I will say, as you get further down the line, offer actually becomes less and less important because a lot more people buy from people they like, from people that have great teams that make them feel a certain way. So maybe even a lot of times Sometimes your product doesn't have to be the best, but the feeling around the company, the service, the brand, whatever it may be, customers may have a stronger affinity to that and end up buying that product more. But what this book really teaches you to do, especially from the early stages, is build an irresistible offer. And it shows you how to build an irresistible offer through many different means. And there's 4 or 5 different levers that you can pull and 4 or 5 different things that you can do to make an irresistible offer. And the cool thing is you can stack these things on top of each other. So your offer can include some sort of guarantee, but then your offer can also include a set number of deliverables. And he really shows how to take any offer and sort of spice it up. And by the way, a lot of times you're taking the same offer, literally the same offer, but all you are doing is renaming it in a way or repackaging in a way that the market wants far more. So I really want you guys to read this book. It gets you in a very good headspace to understand how does the market perceive things? How do you make an offer that is so strong to the market that he calls it irresistible offer? And with any of these books that I suggest to you, take certain portions and implement it in a healthy way in your life. Don't take every single word as gospel, but nonetheless, $100 million offers, definitely recommend you buy it. And very classy move from Alex to make it $1 so as many people can get it as humanly possible. Once again, big respect to him, and I think he's got another book coming out soon as well. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the 3 books that made me a millionaire by the age of 18. As I mentioned to you earlier, life will give you lessons and wisdom whether you like it or not. Now, you never know when you're going to get that wisdom and those lessons. So in the meantime, learn from secondhand experience through these amazing books and many of the other incredible books that have been written through thousands and thousands of years. And on that note, as always, I'm watching you from afar and I'm rooting for you.